Though Angus's hearing was acute, the sneeze that came from behind the tarpaulin was barely discernible over the howling wind. He studied the oiled cloth as he stilled his hands. Had some lad stowed aboard? If so, the wee fellow must be soaked to the bone. Angus grabbed the tarp and pulled it away. Rather than a terrified lad, a screaming banshee sprang up, wielding a battle-axe, the blade bearing straight for his face. Stumbling backward and falling onto the bench behind, he barely blocked the weapon's strike with his pail. The axe hacked through the timbers while Angus rolled aside, taking a glancing blow to the shoulder. With a shrieking war cry, the imp recoiled. Taking advantage of the weapon's backswing, Angus lunged forward and seized the demon's wrist, wrenching the axe from her grasp. Her? 'Tis a bloody female? Angus regained his feet while the skies opened with renewed ferocity, dousing them with a torrent so heavy the lass's face blurred into a surreal nightmare. No taller than the middle of his chest, she reminded him of a drenched hedgehog, or an angry badger with piercing emerald green eyes. He hovered over her with the axe in his fist, while a fissure of ire shot up the back of his neck. How dare anyone stow away on his ship, and then launch an attack like a hellion from Sparta? What the blazes are ye doing on my birlinn? In the midst of a squall, ye hellacious rapscallion? Lips blue, teeth chattering, the lass tipped up a saucy chin.
This was supposed to be a fishing vessel, moored for the night.
Bloody hell, groaned Ranulph from behind. Angus glanced over his throbbing shoulder. Bless it, there wasn't a dry piece of cloth on the boat, including the sealskin cloak hanging from the woman's shoulders. Against his better judgment, he offered his hand. Nay, 'tis no fishing boat, he growled. What the devil was he going to do with an Irish waif in the midst of a winter storm? Come, you'd best move back to the tiller. Not budging, a ferocious spark flashed in her eyes. I'll no hurt ye, lass, but if you remain here in the bow, you'll catch your death for certain. Angus extended his palm a bit farther, just as a wave crashed over the prow, slammed her in the back, and sent the shivering waif careening into his chest. Instinctively, he wrapped his arms around her, stopping her fall. Good God, the woman was trembling like a sapling in the wind. Come now, he said a bit more gently, while swiftly rubbing his palm around her back to warm her. Saying nothing, she went limp against him. Angus lifted the lass into his arms and headed aft, stepping over benches and ducking beneath the boom. Bail faster, men! Land ho! Shouted Gale, pointing. Angus searched in the direction of the man's finger, but saw naught but a wave as tall as his keep bearing down upon the port side. He tightened his hold around the lass in a feeble attempt to protect her from what could only be the wrath of God. As if a monster from the deep had come to feast, the wave picked up the hull, tilting the birlinn to the starboard side until her sail touched the sea. All hands to port, Angus shouted, praying their weight would be enough. Beneath his feet, the timbers shuddered as the wee boat strained to battle the ravaging wave. The woman in Angus's arms screamed, pounding her fists against his chest, but he wasn't about to let go. By boarding his boat, she'd placed herself in his care, vixen or nay.